Today's market is filled to the brim with remakes, remasters, and spin-offs of our favourite classics. But are they worth investing into? Age of Mythology Retold is the latest of these remakes, giving us an updated experience to a beloved classic that was released over 20 years ago. Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm a super nerd. I build mods for 7 Days to Die, I build chatbots, and the reason you're here, I write reviews for games we've streamed over on Twitch. If you want to be part of our review process, please come check us live over on Twitch. Age of Mythology Retold released in September of 2024 and has received a great deal of support on Steam, with almost 90% of players rating it very positive. But if that's all you needed to see, you wouldn't be here. So let's start delving in. Sporting some impressive graphical updates, new content, and great quality of life changes, switching from the classic to the remaster is as easy as slipping into a new pair of slippers. Relive your days of old, completing the HD campaigns, filled with interesting scenarios and puzzles, with a fair share of difficult battles sprinkled in. Before we jump into more of the gameplay feedback, I want to give some good praise to Xbox Game Studios, World's Edge, Ensemble Studios, and whoever else was involved in making the decision to keep the older, enhanced edition of the game available on Steam. If you want a more retro experience, with some extra community love thanks to the Steam Workshop, that may be the one that you want to check out, and it's great to see that it's still available. There is usually some very enticing reasons for players to jump to a remaster, as with the example of GTA Vice City. I would say most of us have moved on from playing games in 480p, but forcing the choice upon players should be frowned upon, especially if the game is no longer supported or requiring updates anyway. Whilst I was reintroducing myself to Age of Mythology by playing through the campaign, I was absolutely surprised and overjoyed with the fact that often the fun option is the right one. Do you want to storm a township with a monstrous force? Army of Hydras it is! You need to zap some spitty snake boys? Here comes down my herd of magic crocodiles. It was a real joy playing through the Fall of the Trident campaign again. Some key points on the campaign front. There is a lot of restrictions put in place on the different scenarios, for what you can build, when you can build it, what military you can chain, what research you can gain. All of this, in my opinion, is fantastic, and it makes for some amazing puzzles for you to solve whilst going through the campaign. Most of the scenarios I played through weren't just a random skirmish with some story fluff, and I would rate this most highly. However, it should be something for you to note if that's not what you're after. Age of Mythology Retold continues the community support by having its own inbuilt mod manager. And just wow! If like me you love to create experiences for others to enjoy, the improved map editor is going to be a fantastic playground for you. I didn't have the time to try and learn how it works and build my own experiences, but based on what other gamers have made, my jaw dropped on several occasions. From custom game modes such as the Battle Royale mode, where Towers of Death encase the map, forcing the players into the middle to fight to the death, to multiple King of the Hill modes where you slam army after army against your friends, seeing who can amass the most damage, and my favorite, by far, and something that can only be described as a full DLC for Age of Mythology, Reposted has given us a full, randomized dungeon crawler RPG. You will explore 13 different maps in the one scenario, uncovering relics, collecting resources, defeating enemies for gold, buying upgrades for your hero. It was fantastic, and it will keep you occupied for hours. Whilst we only want to judge a game on what it offers now, and not to speculate on what is to come, but World's Edge have just delivered the first wave of new content with a new game mode, Arena of the Gods. This dropped whilst I had already finished playing for the review, but it's awesome to see the developers coming through with their promised roadmap, and with a new DLC, Immortal Pillars, already listed on Steam. There should be more fresh content coming your way soon. Age of Mythology isn't all fun and games. Some of the new features leave room for improvement, including the new Villager Priority button. Whilst a great accessibility feature for those needing it on PC and console, the exact balancing it gives doesn't feel quite right, and the game's processing of villagers drops its efficiency. I often caught villagers being idle before being reassigned to other resources. I also seemed to run into bugs when selecting multiple units. I don't know exactly what was causing it, but it did become one of my pain points while streaming it. Overall, Age of Mythology does get the DLG stamp of approval. As a massive fan of the Age RTS games, Age of Mythology Retold delivers well with its upgraded scenarios, an amazingly capable map editor for creators, and strong guiding to encouraging the most fun outcome when solving the puzzles. When developers respect the player's time and money to deliver a product that gives them more of what they love, the ability for the community to re-engage with each other, and holds true to their promises of continued content and support, I do believe a remaster can be worth your while. And whilst it's always sad to leave the more classical, nostalgic world behind, as long as publishers leave the choice to us, the players, on which one we want to play, I'm all for it. We originally played this game live over on Twitch, and we were able to gather immediate feedback from you, our community. If you would like to participate in future conversations, come on over. There will be a link to the stream and the game in the description below. If you like this review, help us out by leaving a like and subscribing to be notified when our next video releases.